Long before the first European school appeared on African soil, knowledge was already moving through villages, kingdoms, mosques, monasteries, and family compounds. Across the continent, education rarely looked like a modern classroom. Children learned by observing skilled adults, practicing responsibilities, listening to oral histories, and participating in the work that sustained their communities. They studied farming, animal care, navigation, medicine, craftsmanship, music, law, diplomacy, and the moral traditions that held societies together. In nomadic communities, education centered on mobility, weather, livestock, and the landscape. In forest societies, it included agriculture, woodland resources, and medicinal plants. Kingdoms trained administrators, interpreters, soldiers, and diplomats. Knowledge was practical, social, and closely connected to survival. Formal institutions also flourished. Al-Qarawiyyin, founded in the 9th century in Fez, is widely recognized as one of the world's oldest continually operating centers of learning. Al-Azhar, established in Cairo in the 10th century, became one of the most influential institutions of Islamic scholarship, drawing students from across Africa and the wider Muslim world. In Ethiopia, Christian monasteries preserved manuscripts and educated clergy in theology, literature, and history for centuries. These traditions were not identical. Africa has never been culturally uniform. Its educational systems reflected different languages, beliefs, economies, and environments, yet one principle connected them. Education prepared people for life within their society. From the 15th century onward, European contact increased through trade, exploration, and missionary activity. By the 19th century, missionaries had established schools in many regions. Students learned reading and writing, often to study the Bible, alongside arithmetic, geography, European history, Christian teachings, and European languages. Under colonial rule, schooling became closely tied to administration and employment. Colonial governments needed clerks, interpreters, teachers, record keepers, nurses, and assistants in commercial offices. Western education opened access to literacy, science, medicine, and engineering. But it often marginalized African languages, local histories, traditional technologies, and indigenous systems of knowledge. That contradiction shaped generations of African intellectuals. They argued that education should create opportunity without requiring people to abandon cultural identity. After independence, especially during the mid-20th century, governments expanded primary schools, universities, teacher training, technical colleges, and adult literacy programs. Education became a foundation for nation-building, economic growth, and scientific progress. Access for girls and women also widened, although unevenly. Today, African students learn through universities, classrooms, apprenticeships, vocational programs, and digital platforms. Research advances in medicine, agriculture, technology, law, and engineering, while communities continue transmitting knowledge about farming, languages, healing, music, and craftsmanship. Challenges remain: unequal access, teacher shortages, conflict, poor infrastructure, and differences in quality. But Africa's educational future is not a choice between tradition and modernity. It is the work of combining practical wisdom, cultural confidence, scientific inquiry, and innovation. Education did not begin with colonialism, and its purpose has never been merely to pass examinations. It is how societies preserve knowledge, solve problems, and shape the future.